everybody. Good Sunday morning to you. It's December the 3rd. Coming at you live from my bedroom. So I've been busy lately, obviously with work and some other stuff inside the Matrix, which it has me wrapped up tight. But I am also getting very excited about the 2018 upcoming hiking season. If you don't know already, Early Riser is a gigantic vlogging thru-hiker fan. I love watching the videos, and now with some experience under my belt, I just want to help folks out. I just want to, if their dream is to leave Springer and get to Katahdin, or leave, if they're doing a flip-flop, whatever their goal is, I definitely want to help them achieve that. Whether that's just through advice, bringing a community together around them, whatever I can do, I want to make that a reality. It's the analogy of when you accomplish something, whether it's climbing a big rock or a big step up, turning around and offering a hand to the next person coming up behind. So hopefully we can rally some support for these folks vlogging this year and provide them what they need, what they tell us that they need. So anyway, that's going to be the focus of my channel, I think, moving forward, at least for this year. And you'll see in the description below, I have listed all the, I think there's 19 vloggers I'm tracking right now, and I've listed a link to their homepage on their channel to make it easy for everyone to start deciding, well, A, figure out who they all are, and B, deciding who fits type of vlogger and thru-hiker that you like to follow, and just start supporting the crap out of them, because they're going to need it. And I'll tell you a key strategy point. If you haven't done this before, and once they begin their channel and start vlogging, you're looking at weird things, and it's nerve-wracking. Like, man, is anybody even going to give a crap that I'm doing this? And once the subscribers start coming in and people start commenting on some things and helping you out and giving you some positive reinforcement, it changes the game. And I will be honest with you, it also adds a little pressure on you to keep moving north or south, or whatever the situation is. So that's something else, these channels and us following and being, what I would say, a healthy subscriber. And that's a person who's trying to keep them positive and upbeat and trying to provide what they need, not bolstering our ego by saying some weird stuff to them that doesn't really matter, or trying to be really, hey, you got to do this or you're going to fail type of advice, because it really, honest to goodness, doesn't help anybody when we do that as viewers to these vloggers. And I'd be remiss, by the way, let me take a step back and congratulate my team, the Georgia Bulldogs, SEC championship winners last night. Beat Auburn on their second go for the year, just crushed them, made them look silly last night. So for all you UGA fans, congratulations. For all you Auburn fans, and here we go. My dogs are going to start acting crazy, so bear with me. Okay, so here's some things I want to run through. Oh, and the next thing is, hold on, let me pause this and stop her. All right, I had to go get the water bottle after her. Now she's trying to come over here and make up. So I put on here, I wrote some notes down. I don't know where this channel is going to go. I don't know how this is going to progress through the hiking season, but what I do know is, man, I follow these hikers almost religiously at times, and I'm going to keep posting things like this on my channel the whole season. The thought process being right now, maybe this is one channel that we can all come to and find out the latest or current status, or update each other on the current status of certain hikers. Or rally around, like one of you who's watching a thru-hiker can come to this channel every week, and I'll post a video at least every week, and then somebody comments, say, hey, this person's having some okay, just had to pause again. They have been banished at this point, so you probably hear them scratching on the door and whimpering. Don't feel sorry for them, they're spoiled rotten. So anyway, maybe this can be a channel where everybody can come to and keep updated on everybody, and maybe even rally some trail magic around some folks who we think need it. However, I just don't want to be really aggressive and provide things that You know, y'all may have watched my video on trail magic, the do's and don'ts, and that's just from my perspective. A lot of people wouldn't feel the same way, so just know. But I do know we have a lot of females going out there this year. I think some of them will be delaying their videos, honestly, for safety reasons and to keep folks, like, ultimately, we don't want to feel like anybody, I don't want anybody to feel like we're stalking them, and I don't want this channel to make anybody feel uncomfortable. So as a community, we just need to check ourselves and make sure what we're providing is what they need, not what we think they need, but what they actually need. So anyway, as we move forward, we'll start deciphering some of that and building the community around this class of 2018. I'm so excited. Okay, so I've been watching a lot of the videos so far. A lot of folks are posting their gear videos, and man, some really good thought processes. You can tell they've done some good research. They've watched a lot of thru-hiking videos and have taken a lot of good lessons learned. I'm seeing some really good gear choices, and not all of them are just a bunch of expensive Z-Pack stuff. Some folks are making the most out of the budget that they have, and that's great. So this is coming from experience, right? So I'm not going to mention names, but apply this to you if it applies. And again, take it or leave it, use it or lose it. But some of the older folks out there, you know, I'm 46, so I consider myself an older folk. You're packing to go camping and do periods of hiking inside your camping trip. What I'd argue is, hey man, that's okay. Start out however that you want, but you gotta adapt quickly, because your body is going to suffer the consequences of you carrying all the little things that you're saying don't weigh much. And I did the same thing. Watch my initial gear video, and you're gonna see the same thing from me. All those little things that you don't say weigh much all add up to pounds, ounces and pounds. So you got to change that mindset really quickly to being a hiker who's going to do very intermediate, intermittent, there you go, Georgia education, Georgia, periods of camping. And you're not even going to camp. Like most nights, once you get into this, you're going to pour yourself into camp. You're going to set up your tent. You're going to try to get some food in you as fast as possible and pour yourself in your quilt or your sleeping bag. So all those things that you got for comfort items, again, my rule of thumb is if when you pull everything out at the end of the night, if you pull out something that you put it in your tent or whatever, I call it gear explosion, if you're not using something of that in like 2 or 3 days, you shouldn't have brought it. Or let's not put it that way. Let's just put, you should think about getting rid of it very, very quickly, because it's just worthless stuff. Yes, you may need a camp towel at some point in the future, but I promise the 1 or 2 times that you need it, you can make something up versus carrying that weight the entire length of the trail. For those of you starting in February and March, carrying all this bug stuff like I did, a head net, which doesn't weigh a lot, of course, but ounces equal pounds, bug net, bug juice, all these other things, spraying your clothes with permethrin like I did. I treated my clothes fully before I left in February. Didn't see a damn bug until, you know, the April 1st up in the Shenandoah somewhere around the 1st of April. So for 45 days, I carried a bunch of extra crap that I didn't need. So all I'm saying is just learn from those before you. Don't stress too much about it though. Carry what you think you need, what you're comfortable with. And just be prepared to be mature, open-minded, adaptable, and get rid of stuff that you don't need. And for those of you who went really light up front, do not let that ego get away from you. And if you need something else, watch the weather and pull some cold weather stuff in if you need it, because you do not want to get caught like me in Kansas did, out in 0-degree weather for a couple of days and snow and not have enough stuff. I see a lot of good prep hikes going on out there, and these are key. A lot of folks are already realizing, man, I'm not in the shape to do this at this point, so I need to do something. I have about 100 days left, or however many days, 3 months left before you start your hike. That is plenty of time to start a regimen to get yourself in good enough shape to where you're not going to hurt yourself starting out. I know I'm not going to convince a bunch of people to do what I do every day and get up and go lift weights and do a lot of flexibility training in between my lifts. And I'll tell you, I was still hurting. By the time I got to top of Georgia Hostel, man, my knees were hurting from the downhills. Those are things you're going to have to get your body used to, right? But the more you can do up front, the more you're going to enjoy your hike starting out. And the more likely you are going to be to stick with it. To go along with that, yeah, they just help you tweak your gear. So for the folks that I've seen do their prep hike so far, they've already tweaked a lot of stuff. And they talked to some people out on the trail. They slept in a shelter already. So all these things are going to be overwhelming to you if you don't do this. Man, they've already sorted through a lot of that. So night one, hopefully they're going to sleep a little bit better because they're not going to be so anxious. First time they're in a shelter, they're not going to freak out when they hear all the mice running around. There's a lot of those things that you can go ahead and condition yourself to beforehand, to take away a lot of that anxiety that you're going to feel. Because I'm telling you, the first week or so, everything compiles on top of itself. Your body's soreness and injuries, or just being tired, getting to the top of a mountain and not being able to breathe, having heavy pack weight because you pack too much, you pack to camp versus packing to hike, sleeping in shelters and not sleeping good the first few nights because you're so anxious and you hear things and you think a bear's going to come in and grab you out of the other hundreds of people on the trail. All these things are going to add up. So the more you can condition yourself in your mind prior to going is key. And I will tell you, one of the females that I'm watching right now, she said something great the other day, and it was she did her big 3 review. It was Emma, actually, I think's her name, and she said in the end, hey, these are my big 3, but I'm not going to stress too much about it. These things will work. But what she's more concerned with is not the gear, like that'll take care of itself, but prepping her and what's inside, because that mental piece of the game, and I will also add to that the physical piece, is what will bring you off the trail, not the gear. That's what we spend 90% of our time on, but it is only about 20% of the equation, if that. So keep that in mind. Yes, gear is important, but if you're not ready physically or mentally, you could have the best gear in the world and it's not going to get you to Katahdin. All right. One last thing that a prep hike is going to do for you, and the importance of it, is it helps you realize, hey, okay, this piece of equipment or something is not the right, like, are my shoes good? If they're not, you got a lot more options when you get back home and you can get on the internet and purchase something, have it sent to your house, than when you are sitting in the middle of North Georgia somewhere and the first road you're going to come across with anything to buy is there at Nils Gap, and you're going to go in and pay some good prices, and their stock's limited. So do all of the major gear shakeout stuff before you leave, so you have plenty of options via the internet, and you have time to get it shipped to you, because those options narrow greatly once you're on the trail. So the more hikes you can do, the more nights you can sleep in your tent and in the kit you're going to use. If you remember, anybody that was watching my preps last year, I slept in my tent out in 20 degrees and below about at least 10 times before I stepped on the trail. I had to make sure that stuff was right, and I changed a lot of stuff prior to stepping off. Vlogging. So for all of us, and if the vloggers in this class of 2018 are watching, man, it's strenuous. You don't have to do it like I did, where I was trying to post a video every day, even though it was fun for me because it gave me things to do during that 8 to 12 hours that I was walking. I could also try to upload videos, and I was thinking about what I'm going to film that day. And to me, it kept my mind busy, and the benefits of vlogging far outweigh the strenuous or the amount of time that it's going to take you to do it. Some tips I would also say is, if you're going to start, don't stop. And you got to do what's right for you, right? But this community we're going to build behind you is going to be massive in a thru-hiking blogger sense, right? It's not going to have 600,000 followers, but if you look at what Homemade Wanderlust and Dixie has built with her channel, it's a pretty big community, and we're going to try to rally that behind you. So don't leave us hanging if you can, but do what's right for you. Whatever gets you to Katahdin, if that means, hey, I'm going to stop vlogging, hey, that's your call, and we're going to support you. But we're going to fall in love with you by that point in time, no matter who you are, because if you look at the 2017 class, we had some unique individuals who I just feel like I've known forever now when you talk about Black Appalachian and Dan Haley and Greeter and Disciple and everybody, man. Just freaking what a great class. Appalachian Trail Tales. I could just keep going on and on. We're going to do the same. We're going to rally behind you like we all did behind them, and just help us help you, and we will help as much as you need us to, or as little as you need us to. Have thick skin. Comments are going to come. There's these people that still play games of they're betting on thru-hikers who's going to make it to Katahdin. They're going to put comments on your videos, trying to manipulate your mind, whether they bet on you completing or bet on you failing. They're going to manipulate you. They're going to either encourage you because they got money right on you, or they're going to discourage you because they don't. So just keep that in mind. Do not be scared to block people. You're not doing anybody a disservice if you block somebody who's a troll. Just keep that in mind. And luckily there aren't that many trolls out here. I'll never understand why people do it, but it's okay. The community we're going to build, we're going to try to take care of you and rally around you when we see those trolls commenting as well. Yeah, but if you're going to read those comments, and I hope you do, and I hope you get to reply, because that's what builds that camaraderie amongst the community following you. Is you know, it's tough. Look at Black Appalachian, those guys. They didn't get to comment a lot because they didn't have a big data plan or whatever. I had unlimited Verizon. I was lucky, so I tried to comment as much as possible. And again, it gave me something to do during the day. As an introvert, I'm much more apt to do that than to sit at a shelter talking to folks. And in the end, the vlogging, it increases your experience. Sorry for the barking. Good Lord, Blossom so loud. It increases your experience beyond measure. I can't express how much the vlogging and the folks following me meant to me. By the time I got to Katahdin, I'll be honest with you, I was doing it for them. I wasn't even in my mental mind anymore. I didn't even care about myself. Like, I wanted to get 6,000 plus of them to the top of that mountain as well. And it was so fun. And that sounds cliche and a bunch of mess, but man, as I'm climbing up Katahdin, I'm seeing that sunrise. I don't know, words won't even describe it, but to know that I had those 6,000 people on bated breath really waiting for me to get up there and reach that sign and then post that video, that's something special, man. So I hope all of you experience that as well. Just be open-minded, be flexible. Some of the folks I'm watching right now seem like they're not going to take feedback really well, and you got to come to grips with that internally, or just don't read comments, because they will eat you up mentally. And if you what you don't want to do, and I did this, man, I'm speaking from experience because I wasn't great at this. I'm still not. I still get emotional sometimes when people make ridiculous comments. But if you start pushing back against the fan base, they're going to start pushing back against you. Nobody wants that. We're here to support you. So just know that 99.9% of the comments come from good places. And if you just keep that in mind, you'll know everybody's out to help you out. And we are. We're a community of goodwill, and we're here for you. All right, that's about it. It's already getting long. I'm going to go ahead and post. Just remember, look down in the description of the videos, the details, and I will have everybody, all 19 folks that I have found so far. And please comment, add to it. Let me know who you're following. Let me know who you're liking already. We got some big personalities out there. I'm really looking forward to it. What I'm going to do from this point forward is I'm going to start posting maybe 1 or 2 folks a week and just focus on them, folks that have videos posted already. And I know it's a little bit early in the season, so I don't know how effective that'll be. So I'll balance it as we go along. But there's already some folks out there who's got their mind really right and their gear dialed in, and probably we could go ahead and I'd like to highlight them and some of their achievements up to this point. All right, class 2018, this is for you. This is Early Riser in the community, here to support you. So I hope that you tune in this channel a lot. Come back to this channel during your thru-hiking season, and hopefully there'll be a lot of good information on here that you can use. We'll also be coming over to your channel as well, but hopefully this will be one place we can all coalesce to and figure out ways to support folks. I know there's going to be a Facebook page 2018 that's very beneficial as well, so that's probably already stood up. I'm still just following the 2017 forum, but that's also going to be a good tool for you. All right, post questions below. And this goes for anybody, not just the 2018 class. Anybody, if you got a question or a comment or an idea, post it below, and let's start building this thing up. All right, y'all, good Sunday to you. Miss all of you. I love seeing the comments, the videos that I post from all the old hats and some of the folks that just found us. That's exciting that people are still just finding this channel and are going to get to watch that whole experience for the first time. That excites me, man. I'm getting excited right now. That's cool. So I still read all the comments. I try to comment as much as I can, and I will continue to do that on my videos. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Deuces.